Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Fonta Flora Brewing Company out of Nebo, North Carolina. This one is called Triple Hop Beard. So Hop Beard is uh, their flagship IPA. Even though they don't have it on tap all the time, they have it on a lot. And they have done a double hop beer before. This is the first time they've done triple hop beer. And this was released today as part of their 6th anniversary release. This was canned 2 days ago, so it's super, super fresh. And so I didn't see anywhere that specifically said what hops were in this, but in the regular and double one, it's Citra, CTZ, Simcoe, and Amarillo. So I'm assuming it's the same hops in this. It's just a scaled up version of it. And this is so it's a triple IPA, if you couldn't tell by that. And it is 10% ABV. So, and I do definitely like the nice black and gold label too. I think it's pretty cool. Looks like it's from Pittsburgh Brewery. So we'll crack it open and see what we got. And I did not try this on tap there today when I got it. So going into this completely blind, which is usually for the best. That's an awesome can. I really like that. So, unlike a lot of IPAs today, especially triple IPAs, you can actually see through this. It's pretty transparent. Nice golden color with a pretty thin white head. The aroma's pretty stinky. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean like stinky weed. A lot of dank characteristics. There is a little bit of overripened pineapple and some citrus in there, but it's mainly dank. I do get a little bit of like light, like pale and caramel malt in there as well. And I'm getting... I'd be lying if I say I wasn't getting a little bit of the booze too. So we'll see how present that is in the actual taste. Man, it's so oily. In a good way. Like it's almost like they use like some sort of liquid hop resin and put it in this because it's so it's such a concentrated hop flavor. And it's like pretty sticky and sweet, but I mean, it's almost impossible to get away from that when you're doing an IPA that big. And you kind of need that to cut the alcohol a little bit because there's hardly any like malt flavor. So it is pretty sweet. It's not sweet for a triple IPA, but I would say it's sweet for an IPA in general. But for a triple IPA style, it's actually somewhat dry. I mean, there's a lot of double IPAs that are this sweet, so I would compare it to that. It's about as sweet as like a normal hazy double IPA, but it doesn't have that grassy like weeds, not weed but weeds like that green taste. Excuse me, that a lot of really fresh hazies have. It is super super clean. It Like I said, it is kind of sticky, but that's like my only complaint, and that is very, very minor. And I have said in the past that sometimes I think it's just in my head because it's so minor, and anyone else I ask says that they don't get it, that I'm crazy. But some of Flora's IPAs, I tend to detect like a very minor note of diacetyl, but I have a very, very low threshold for diacetyl. I can taste it like so easily in hoppy beers. Uh, but I mean, I don't. For those of you who might not know, diacetyl is present in basically every beer. It's just the threshold that where people can actually perceive it or not is what's really measured. It's impossible for it to not be there at all, pretty much. But in this, I do not get any hint of it. This is 100% clean, and it's very, very old school, like dank and citrusy, but not like juicy. You know, like more like bitter orange peel and pine and dankness. Well, so I say that, but now that I'm thinking about it, I take it back a little bit. This and a lot of their other IPAs, to me, aren't really West Coast style as much as they're more like Midwest style. I know a lot of people don't really think that's a thing, but to me it really is. Like, to me, the classic Midwest IPA brewers, you have Surly, Three Floyds, Fatheads, Founders when they do good IPAs, which is kind of few and far between sometimes. And even Bell's. Bell's gets like pretty malty sometimes, so I don't know if I would include them, but definitely Fatheads, Surly, and Three Floyds are like the three big ones that I would consider. This is more in the realm of their beers than true West Coast, in my opinion. But the bitterness level in this is pretty hefty, but it's definitely held in check. It's not like this is true traditional West Coast bitterness though, like true bitterness from the extract of hop oils in the boil, not like floating hot particles burning the back of your tongue from a hazy, which to me is very different. And this kind of bitterness, I can just keep crushing it back. I recognize that it's bitter, but I still really like it. Honestly, I can't imagine this being any better than it is. For any IPA, but especially for triple IPA, this is fantastic. It's like boozy pineapple, like boozy weed infused pineapple juice. To be honest, like that's what it reminds me of. Just a great. I mean, you rarely ever see non-hazy triple IPAs, like double-digit triple IPAs that aren't hazy. And when you do, they're usually not even close to this good and this clean. So that I'm really, really impressed by this. I didn't know how this was going to be because, Todd's usually all about balance and that kind of stuff, and it's hard to do with such a big beer like this. But he really found a way. And I mean, you get the alcohol, but I mean, there's definitely some 8% IPAs, double IPAs that are just as strong as this. So I don't think it's like over the top boozy at all for being 10%. I actually think it's really drinkable just because of how clean it is. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say to this. I don't know how often I would want to drink this, just because I don't need like 10% IPAs all the time, because they just they crush you. But if I ever wanted a big IPA, this might be the best double digit IPA I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. It just mimics such a clean beer. But yeah, so I would definitely buy this again. That's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.